Most people do not fail because they lack intelligence, talent, or opportunity. They fail because of their mindset, the way they think, react, and approach life's challenges. The difference between the 95% who struggle and the 5% who succeed is not luck, but mental conditioning, self-discipline, and the willingness to step outside of their comfort zone. If you feel stuck in life, it's likely that you've unknowingly adopted the mindset that keeps the majority of people from reaching their true potential. The first and most common reason people fail is because of a victim mentality. This mindset is built around blame, excuses, and a belief that life happens to them rather than because of them. People who have a victim mentality in mind always place the blame for failure on externalities, such as bad luck, an unfair boss, a difficult childhood, or the economy. Now, hard circumstances indeed play havoc with people, but the truth is that successful people face the same challenges but take responsibility for their lives. The moment you place your problem outside of yourself, you are giving away your power. Instead of acting, you wait for circumstances to change, which rarely happens. Fear of failure is another major reason most people never reach success. They are paralyzed by the possibility of rejection, embarrassment, or making mistakes. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone to success. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who fail over and over again, but refuse to quit. They use failure as a learning experience, while the 95% see it as proof that they are not good enough. The fear of failure makes people avoid taking risks, trying new things, or putting themselves in uncomfortable situations, all of which are necessary for growth. The reality is that the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. Another key factor in the failure mindset is a lack of self-discipline. Many people want to be successful but do not like to put up with the day-to-day hustle and bustle that comes along with it. Success is not about motivation but about discipline. Motivation will only last until the next paycheck, but discipline is what divides the dreamers from the achievers. The majority of the people give in to distractions, poor habits, and procrastination. They make goals but never follow through because they just can't be bothered to do what needs doing, even if they don't feel like it. The 5% succeed because they can be consistent with their habits and stay on top of them no matter how much they don't feel like doing them. Majority of reasons why people don't succeed at their goals and dreams is due to the addiction to their comfort zone. A comfort zone is a trap. It keeps you safe, but it keeps you stuck as well. People fear change and discomfort. Most people settle for mediocrity. They shy away from challenges, new experiences, and tough situations because they don't want to feel uncomfortable. However, growth only occurs outside of a comfort zone. The most successful people put themselves in uncomfortable situations on purpose because they know that discomfort leads to development. 95% choose comfort, while the other 5% choose growth, even when it's hard. Another destructive habit that puts people in the 95% failure category is instant gratification. In a world of fast food, social media, and quick entertainment, most people want immediate results without the long-term effort. They want to be rich, but don't want to work for years toward building wealth. They want a great body, but they don't want to commit to daily exercise and healthy eating. Success requires patience, persistence, and delayed gratification, the ability to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term rewards. The 95% want success now, and when they don't see results quickly, they give up. The 5% understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint. Lack of personal accountability is another major reason most people fail. When things go wrong, they blame their boss, their co-workers, the government, or their upbringing. But taking full responsibility for your life is one of the most powerful things you can do. The most successful people take ownership of their successes and failures. Instead of blaming external factors, they ask, what can I do differently? How can I improve? The 95% complain about their problems, while the 5% take action to solve them. A negative mindset and self-doubt are also huge contributors to failure. The way you talk to yourself determines your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not smart enough, not lucky enough, or not talented enough, you will subconsciously create a life that reflects those beliefs. Successful people train their minds to believe in possibilities, while unsuccessful people focus on limitations. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't take the risks necessary to succeed. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build by taking action despite your doubts. Another reason the majority fail is that they surround themselves with the wrong people. The people you spend most of your time with influence your mindset, habits, and level of success. Spending time with negative, lazy, or unambitious people means their mindset will rub off on you. The 5% actively seek out people who inspire, challenge, and push them to be better. They know that your environment shapes your future. If you want to succeed, then you have to surround yourself with people who encourage success, not failure. Lack of continuous learning and self-improvement is another reason why most people fail. They stop learning after school, never pick up a book, and do not invest in personal development. But success requires lifelong learning. The most successful people read books, attend seminars, seek mentorship, and continuously develop new skills. The 95% believe they already know enough, while the 5% understand that the more they learn, the more they grow. The final reason most people fail is giving up too early. Success never goes in a straight line, but instead consists of many failures, challenges, and setbacks. Many start excitedly but give up the first time things become difficult. People underestimate how long success takes. And when things do not change overnight, people lose their momentum. It is the 5% of the people who have the drive to keep moving when nothing else seems to work. They face the failures and make changes to their strategies. They remain firm and committed to what they set out to achieve. Luck, intelligence, and talent do not differentiate the 95% failure from the 5% success. It's mindset and action. Most people fail because they make excuses, fear failure, lack discipline, choose comfort, seek instant gratification, blame others, and surround themselves with negativity. But the good news is that you can change your mindset at any time. Success is a choice, and the moment you take full responsibility for your life and commit to self-discipline, growth, and persistence, you begin shifting from the 95% to the 5%. Success is not an accident, and neither is failure. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail lies in their habits and daily choices. While many people believe that external factors such as luck, intelligence, or talent determine success, the truth is that it is our habits that shape our future. In short, 95% of those people stuck in bad habits, which never help them to reach the destination, are getting caught up in the cycle. Such habits appear minute and even less significant alone, but add up over time and form a life of failure, frustration, and regret. Among the most destructive habits is that of poor time management. Time is probably the most valued resource we all have, and yet most waste it without being aware of that. They will spend hours posting on social media, binging on television, procrastinating at work, or not planning any part of the day. And instead of the meaningful work at hand, people focus on distractors that have short-term satisfactions but nothing in return after a long period. Successful people, on the other hand, understand about time blocking, prioritization, and focus work. In fact, they regard time as money, hence they spend it wisely, not trying to waste it on several things or empty fun. Other habits which make most people stuck with failure include negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but for many people, your greatest enemy. They tell themselves things like, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never succeed," "I'm not smart enough." And these thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. The 95% focus on their weaknesses and limitations, while the 5% focus on their strengths and possibilities. Successful people train their minds to think positively and believe in their ability to achieve greatness. They understand that the way you speak to yourself determines your future. Associating with the wrong people is another major habit of failure. The people you surround yourself with have a direct influence on your mindset, habits, and success. If you spend time with negative, lazy, or unmotivated people, you will be adopting their behaviors and attitudes. If your friends are constantly complaining, making excuses, and settling for mediocrity, you will do the same. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with driven, ambitious, and positive individuals, you will be inspired to push yourself harder. Successful people actively seek out mentors, role models, and like-minded individuals who challenge them to grow. The 95% stay in toxic environments that hold them back. Ignoring personal growth and refusing to learn is another destructive habit that keeps people from success. The world is constantly changing, and people who do not evolve get left behind. Most people stop learning after school, never pick up a book, and resist acquiring new skills. They believe they already know enough, or that learning is too difficult. The most successful people are lifelong learners, reading books, taking courses, seeking mentors, and continuously developing themselves. They realize that knowledge is power, and that the more they know, the more doors they open to themselves. Giving up too soon is another lousy habit that keeps people in the 95%. Most of them begin with a high sense of enthusiasm, but as soon as things become a bit hard, they give up. Starting a business, embarking on a fitness journey, or starting something that seems worthwhile all promises overnight results. When success doesn't come easy, they give up and let their dreams slip through their fingers. The truth of the matter is that success comes only through perseverance. The best people have tried and failed many more times than others have attempted. They have faced adversity and learned from it, never once giving up. The 95% quit when things get hard, while the 5% keep going no matter what. Lack of goal setting and direction is another bad habit that makes people fail. That many people go through their lives with no clear vision for what they want to accomplish. They wake up day in and day out with no idea what they will do today. Perhaps they wake up hoping that things somehow will fall into place. Hope is not a strategy, though. Thriving people set clear and specific goals and have action plans they work by. They break their goals into smaller steps, track their progress, and adjust their approach when necessary. The 95% drift through life without direction, while the 5% have a clear roadmap to success. Another major factor that keeps people in failure is avoiding responsibility. Instead of taking ownership of their mistakes, failures, and actions, they blame others. They always find someone to blame for their problems: their boss, the economy, their parents, or the government. The most successful people, however, take full responsibility for their lives. They understand that blaming others gives away their power, while taking ownership allows them to make changes and improve. The 95% make excuses, while the 5% take control of their destiny. The other bad habit of the 95% is seeking validation from others. People are very concerned about what others think about them, rather than succeeding in their individual endeavors. They make decisions out of fear of judgments and social approval and on peer pressure, instead of going along their own path, which sometimes leads them to mediocrity and regret. The 5% who succeed do not care about the opinions of the masses. They focus on their own vision and purpose. They understand that true success comes from staying true to themselves, not from seeking approval from others. Procrastination is another habit that destroys potential. Many people delay taking action, convincing themselves that they will start tomorrow or when the time is right. But tomorrow never comes. The truth is, there is never a perfect time to start. The most successful people take action immediately, even if they are not fully ready. They understand that waiting leads to inaction, and inaction leads to regret. The 95% spend their lives waiting, while the 5% take bold action and create their own opportunities. Another common failure habit is lack of focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, endless entertainment. Most people struggle to concentrate on meaningful work because they are constantly distracted by minor things. The 5% who succeed develop deep focus, eliminate distractions, and dedicate time to mastering their craft. They understand that success requires intense concentration and effort, not mindless multitasking. Fear of change is probably the most damaging habit that keeps people in the failure zone. Humans tend to shy away from change because it's uncomfortable and not sure about it. Yet change is a necessity to grow and achieve success. It is the changed, adapted to the newness and evolve, which can make the individual more successful than the rest. 95% will resist this change and hold on to old patterns, while the remaining 5% uses the power of change as a growth enabler. If you identify any of these habits in you, the good news is that habits can be changed. The first step is awareness, identifying the behaviors that hold you back. The next step is taking deliberate action to replace bad habits with success-oriented ones. Success is not luck and talent, but rather the small choices that add up over time. The difference between the 95% and the 5% is not intelligence or background, but habits and mindset. If you are willing to change your habits, discipline yourself, and take control of your life, you can shift from the failure zone to the success zone. The difference between those who succeed in life and those who don't is not just about talent, intelligence, or luck. It's about mindset. The way you think, the way you react to challenges, and the way you approach opportunities determine whether you belong to the 95% who struggle or the 5% who thrive. Successful people do not think like the average person. They have a distinct mindset that allows them to rise above obstacles, adapt to change, and achieve their goals despite difficulties. If you want to break free from mediocrity, you must start by changing how you think. One of the defining traits of the 5% is that they take full responsibility for their lives. While the 95% blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck, successful individuals understand that they are in control of their destiny. They don't wait for someone to save them. They don't rely on luck or external factors. They believe that their choices, actions, and mindset shape their future. Instead of complaining, they ask, "What can I do to change this situation? How can I improve?" This level of personal accountability gives them power. Power to make decisions, take risks, and create the life they want. Another key trait of successful people is that they embrace failure as part of the journey. The 95% fear failure so much that they avoid taking risks. They see failure as a sign that they are not good enough, so they give up. The 5%, however, understand that failure is a teacher. Every mistake, every setback, and every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and grow. They do not let failure define them. Instead, they use it as fuel to get better. They know that the only real failure is quitting. The most successful people in history, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, and countless others, have failed repeatedly before reaching greatness. The difference is that they never let failure stop them. The 5% also have a mindset of relentless discipline and consistency. While the 95% rely on motivation, which comes and goes, the successful understand that discipline is key. They do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. They stick to their goals, habits, and commitments, no matter what. Whether it's working on their business, improving their skills, or staying fit, they show up every single day. They understand that small, consistent actions lead to massive results over time. The difference between success and failure is often just persistence, the willingness to keep going long after others have quit. Another trait of the 5% is that they adapt to change and uncertainty. The world is constantly evolving, and those who refuse to change get left behind. The 95% resist change because they fear the unknown. They want security, predictability, and comfort, even if it means staying stuck in an unfulfilling life. The 5%, on the other hand, understand that change is the key to growth. They embrace uncertainty, take risks, and learn how to adapt. Instead of resisting change, they ask, how can I use this to my advantage? This mindset allows them to thrive in any situation. The most successful people have a crystal clear vision of what they want. The 95% go through life without clear goals. They drift from one thing to another, hoping that success will magically happen. The 5% do not leave their future to chance. They set specific, measurable, and actionable goals. They know exactly what they want and have a plan to get there. More importantly, they are willing to put in the work. They don't just dream about success. They take consistent action to achieve it. Another key mindset shift of the 5% is that they focus on solutions, not problems. The 95% get stuck in negativity, complaining about what's wrong in their lives. They dwell on problems instead of looking for ways to fix them. The 5% have a completely different approach. When they face an obstacle, they immediately ask, how can I solve this? What's the next step? They train their minds to focus on opportunities rather than limitations. This problem-solving mindset allows them to find creative solutions and turn setbacks into stepping stones. The 5% also surround themselves with other successful and ambitious people. They understand that your environment shapes your mindset. If you spend time with negative, lazy, or unmotivated people, their attitudes will rub off on you. The most successful individuals actively seek out mentors, coaches, and like-minded individuals who push them to grow. They surround themselves with people who inspire them, challenge them, and hold them accountable. They understand that success is contagious. When you are around winners, you start thinking and acting like one. Another critical trait of the 5% is their ability to control their emotions and stay mentally strong. The 95% are easily discouraged by criticism, rejection, or failure. They take things personally and let emotions control their decisions. The 5% develop emotional resilience. They do not let temporary setbacks shake their confidence. They stay focused on their goals, even when faced with negativity, doubt, or challenges. They understand that emotional control is key to making smart decisions. One of the most powerful mindsets of the 5% is that they invest in themselves continuously. They know that the best investment is self-improvement. They read books, take courses, develop new skills, and constantly seek knowledge. While the 95% waste time on entertainment and distractions, the 5% dedicate time to learning and growing. They understand that your income, success, and happiness are directly linked to your level of personal development. Finally, the 5% understand that success is not just about hard work, it's also about having the right attitude and energy. They are passionate, driven, and obsessed with excellence. They wake up every day with a sense of purpose. They don't just do the bare minimum, they go the extra mile. They take pride in their work, their health, their mindset, and their relationships. They radiate positivity and attract success because they operate on a different frequency. The difference between the 95% and the 5% is not luck, intelligence, or background. It is a mindset shift. The moment you start taking full responsibility for your life, embracing failure, practicing discipline, setting clear goals, surrounding yourself with winners, adapting to change, and continuously investing in yourself, you start transitioning from the 95% to the 5% Understanding the difference between the 95% who struggle in life and the 5% who achieve extraordinary success is important. But knowing this information alone isn't enough. What truly matters is taking action, making real changes to your mindset, habits, and daily routine. If you want to move from the 95% to the 5%, you must start making deliberate and consistent changes in how you think, act, and live your life. One of the first and most critical steps in this transition is developing self-awareness. Most people fail because they are unaware of their own behaviors, thoughts, and habits that are holding them back. They live on autopilot, repeating the same patterns every day without questioning them. The 5% take time to reflect on their actions and ask themselves, what am I doing wrong? What habits are keeping me stuck? What beliefs do I need to change? Percent refuse to make excuses. They understand that they are 100% responsible for their success or failure. This means taking ownership of your decisions, your work ethic, your habits, and your mindset. The moment you stop blaming others and start holding yourself accountable, your entire life will begin to change. One of the most important things you must do to transition to the 5% is to set clear, specific, and ambitious goals. Most people fail because they don't have a clear direction. They drift through life, hoping for success but never defining what it actually looks like. The most successful people set detailed goals in all areas of their lives, financially, physically, mentally, and emotionally. They don't just say, I want to be rich or I want to be successful. They define exactly what they want, why they want it, and how they will achieve it. They create a plan, break their goals into smaller steps, and track their progress consistently. Another key action step is eliminating distractions and mastering focus. One of the biggest reasons why people fail is that they are constantly distracted by social media, entertainment, pointless conversations, and unproductive habits. The 95% waste their time on things that bring instant gratification, but no real value. The 5% eliminate distractions ruthlessly. They prioritize deep work, remove unnecessary clutter from their lives, and dedicate time to their most important goals. They understand that success comes from focused effort, not scattered energy. One of the most powerful ways to transition into the 5% is by developing the habit of discipline. The 95% rely on motivation, which is unreliable because it comes and goes. The 5% understand that discipline is the key to long-term success. They train themselves to do what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it. This applies to waking up early, exercising, working on their goals, improving their skills, and staying consistent. They don't wait for the perfect time or for inspiration. They take action every single day, no matter how they feel. Another critical step is surrounding yourself with the right people. Your environment plays a massive role in your success or failure. If you spend time with negative, unmotivated, or lazy individuals, their mindset will influence you. The 5% actively seek out mentors, successful friends, and ambitious individuals who push them to grow. They understand the power of association. You become like the people you spend the most time with. If you want to succeed, you must cut out toxic influences and start surrounding yourself with winners. In addition to surrounding yourself with the right people, you must also commit to lifelong learning. The 95% stop learning after school, believing they already know enough. The 5% never stop learning. They read books, listen to podcasts, take courses, and seek out new knowledge. They understand that growth is a continuous process, and that the more they learn, the more valuable they become. If you want to join the 5%, you must develop the habit of daily learning. Even just 30 minutes a day of reading or skill development can change your life over time. One of the biggest mindset shifts you must make to transition into the 5% is learning to embrace failure. The 95% fear failure and avoid risks because they don't want to look bad or feel uncomfortable. The 5% understand that failure is a necessary part of success. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. They see failure as feedback, not as a sign to quit. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to fail, adjust, and keep going. Another critical habit is developing financial intelligence. One of the biggest reasons why the 95% struggle is because they have a poor understanding of money. They live paycheck to paycheck, spend more than they earn, and never invest in assets. The 5% educate themselves about money, investments, and wealth-building strategies. They make their money work for them instead of just working for money. If you want to achieve financial freedom, you must start learning about investing, saving, and building multiple income streams. A key component of transitioning to the 5% is building resilience and mental toughness. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles. The 95% let these difficulties break them, while the 5% develop unshakable mental strength. They train their minds to stay focused and positive, even in difficult situations. They know that success is not about avoiding problems, but about learning how to handle them effectively. You must develop the ability to stay calm, focused, and determined no matter what happens. To fully step into the 5%, you must also prioritize health and energy. Most people neglect their physical and mental well-being, which affects their ability to perform at their best. The 5% take care of their bodies by exercising regularly, eating nutritious food, getting quality sleep, and managing stress. They understand that energy is one of the greatest assets for success. The more energy and vitality you have, the more productive and effective you become. If you want to succeed, you must make your health a priority. Lastly, one of the most important shifts you must make is learning to take massive action. The 95% spend too much time thinking, planning, and making excuses, but they never execute. The 5% take bold, decisive action. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the right conditions. They start now. They understand that progress is made through action, not overthinking. If you want to be successful, you must stop procrastinating and start taking action toward your goals today. The transition from the 95% to the 5% does not happen overnight. It requires a complete shift in mindset, habits, and daily routines. It requires discipline, persistence, and a commitment to continuous improvement. The good news is that anyone can make this transition. It is not about where you come from, your background, or your past failures. It is about the decisions you make moving forward. The choice is yours. Will you continue living like the 95%? Or will you take the steps necessary to become part of the 5%?